My 35 meters x 32F cheated on me and I'm having trouble coping. Was with my ex for 3 years. Lived together through COVID lockdown. She meant everything to me and I thought I did to her. In June we moved across the country together for my job, but she always wanted to live here. It seemed like things were going great until mid-October when I started suspecting she was cheating with a coworker. She would go out with her coworkers after work to drink and play pool, which I encouraged because I wanted her to make friends here. One night she didn't come home until 5 a.m. She works until midnight usually, so this isn't the craziest, but she said she went to one of her coworkers' friend's house to hang out and smoke after bar close, but I knew it was her coworker's house. 2 weeks after that we went to Vegas for a vacation and had a great time, except she got a bunch of texts from him, so I snooped on her phone, nothing line crossing, just her basically texting him a lot while we were there, which spiked my suspicion. A week after that she went to his house and smoked, and it was the same place she was at when she said she was at his friend's. Then a week later she went to his house to smoke after bar close, and when I told her I wasn't okay with it she stopped responding all night and in the morning acted like nothing was wrong and claimed she just fell asleep on his couch. I confronted her about the first time when she said she was at her coworker's friend's house, and she admitted it was his house but claimed she just found out the night she passed out on his couch that it was actually his. Even though the second time she went there she told me she was at his house. I set up a therapy appointment to try to save the relationship. The night before I took a nap and woke up on the couch at 2:30 a.m. and she wasn't home, so I checked her location and she was at a bar and I knew she was with him. I Ubered there and saw them leave the bar and he grabbed her hand and walked around the corner, and when I followed to confront them they were making out. I told her to duck off and left and went home. Then she went home with him. She later admitted they had time that night that I caught them, but said that the kiss I witnessed was their first kiss. She proceeded to hang out with him over the next few days. Couldn't even give me the decency to wait until she was out of my life. So I kicked her out and she's living out of a bag at his apartment. She said the passion was gone. But in Vegas she got drunk and kept asking why I don't marry her? And we weren't having a lot of time, but I even asked her about that once and she said it's fine and we just have differing work schedules and are tired all the time, so she gets it. She even kept asking me, while she was ducking around with him after cheating, if there's any way to fix our relationship. She wanted to get back together with me after continuing to duck him. Like what? I am feeling very rejected and don't know what I did to cause this or how she could so easily go from being so in love with me to just not caring about me at all. I feel broken, like there's something wrong with me that caused this. I'm extremely alone here because I don't have many friends and don't know how to make any. I'm seeing a therapist, but once a week isn't much. I'm having a very hard time being functional and don't understand how she is just living life and so happy with this guy after 3 whole years of telling me she loves me and cares about me. Update: my 35 meters now x 32F cheated on me and I don't know how to let go and move on. We were together for 3 years and moved across the country together in June. I thought we were both happy. Apparently not. She cheated on me pretty egregiously with a coworker at the beginning of the month. I dumped her over it and we just finished wrapping up logistics, so I'm on day 2 of no contact and I'm not handling it well at all. I dumped her and I hate her for what she did and would never take her back. But I miss her so much sitting in this apartment alone all the time that we were building a life in. It's like a tomb. I have no desire to go into the office at work, and am having trouble functioning. I stopped working out and I'm just going and sitting at bars every night just to get out of the house because we used to hang out every night together. I have to walk past her work to get anywhere from my apartment and I can see her in there all the time. Last night I was walking to the bar and they were in there just laughing together. It made me want to throw up. I want her back so bad, but know it would be the worst idea ever. I just miss her so much. She was such a part of my life and identity and I don't know who I am anymore. Somehow I just can't accept that it's over and let go despite me being the one that dumped her. None of this feels real. Story 2. My girlfriend F22 desperately wants to remain friends with her verbally abusive ex-boyfriend M21 and I am 22, don't know what to do. So, my girlfriend and I have been dating for nearly half a year now, and we started a couple months after she broke up with her boyfriend of a little over a year. Things between us have been largely great, but she frequently talks to and meets up with her ex-boyfriend. They were close friends before they started dating, so I genuinely believe that she wants to be friends with him and isn't cheating on me. If they could interact amicably, I would have no issue with them being friends. However, he's extremely bitter towards her and feels that his life is in ruins because of the breakup. As a result, he frequently berates, blames, and yells at my girlfriend, And whenever they're done talking, she feels like garbage, and I have to console and reassure her that she's not a bad person. And despite his bitterness, he still has feelings for my girlfriend and has confessed at least twice in the time we've been dating. I try to be understanding because I know they were close friends before they started dating, but I'm tired of him saying awful things to her. I've told her many times that she should stop talking to him because he just uses her as an emotional dump and doesn't care about her feelings. I've also admitted to her that I'm generally a bit uncomfortable with her talking to him, knowing that he still has feelings for her. She understands my concerns and acknowledges that it's an uncomfortable situation for me to be in, but she simply won't stop talking to him. She blocked him a couple weeks ago on all social media platforms, and I was excited because I thought that was the end of it. But then I found out that they had just started calling and texting each other on their phones. Instead, they used Discord primarily in the past. I questioned her on why she blocked him if she was just going to keep talking to him anyway, and I didn't really get a response. I suspect that she might have lingering feelings for him, but she's acknowledged many times how bad their relationship was for her and stated that she'll never go back to him. I believe her on this, but I also think her potential feelings and her general guilt are keeping her from abandoning him. I think she needs to stop talking to him for her own sake, but she won't. It's gotten to the point where she's admitted to me that she's having suicidal thoughts, and I think a huge part of that stems from him. She has other things in her life that she's struggling with, but constantly being told that she ruined the life of someone she cares about definitely isn't helping. I'm really realizing how bad this seems now that I've typed it all out. But I'm deeply in love with her, and I'm pretty sure she feels just as strongly about me. I don't want to give her an ultimatum or force her to stop if she really wants to keep talking to him. That will just lead to resentment down the line. But I can't take much more of this. I'm tired of feeling like his feelings are more important than mine, and I'm tired of dealing with a girlfriend who's miserable so often. I intend to have a serious talk with her about this soon, but if she doesn't stop of her own accord, should I give her an ultimatum? Or is my relationship already beyond salvaging? Story 3. I 32M am not sure whether or not I'll still stay in this relationship with my GF32F. My girlfriend and I have been together for more than 3 years now. We started off good just like any other couple. When the COVID pandemic started, we began to live together until a few months ago when she was reassigned to another workplace, so she went to her little brother's house. During our live-in period, we discovered each other's tendencies and personality. As expected, some were good, some were bad. There were really bad times wherein things go out of hand. We would quarrel and then she will walk out, or we would shout at one another when we're frustrated. These were just a few times though. I know we cared for and loved one another. She really has some tendencies which I do not if I can live with. Sometimes she's really a nagger wherein she can speak for 15 minutes straight without interruption. She's also a war freak sometimes. For example, when we play an online game, she would trash talk other people for playing poorly. Whenever I point this out to her, she claims that it's just in game, but in real life, she isn't like that. Nonetheless, it bothered me because, still, she has to respect other people. She sometimes also forces me to have an opinion about sometimes. For example, during our national elections, she always tells me to have a stand because having none makes me an enabler. For the record, I didn't care about politics since the day I was born. Those were just some things. A few months ago, she caught me following lots of girls models, celebrities, random women on TikTok, and since then her trust in me was broken. It was just a petty issue, but for her it was a big one. Apparently, we've talked about it during our first few months, and she mentioned before that such act would be considered cheating. We've decided recently, due to our recurrently fights, that we should spend an entire week without talking to each other. At the end of the week, we would talk again and decide if we would continue the relationship. Tomorrow is that day. For the past few days, I've been browsing our old pictures and videos. Some of those makes me tear up because I can't imagine the thought of losing her, most especially her videos when we were still living together. Those were the happiest moments for me in this relationship. Some of those makes me remember some bad memories though, especially those from our out-of-town trips as a couple. None of those were really memorable because we ended up fighting each time. She's a strong, sweet and responsible woman. She's very pretty as well. I know she'd definitely make a good mother. There are really just times though that I just feel like we're not compatible when it comes to our personalities. Too many times before, we almost broke up, but each time we decided to give it another shot. More than 3 years have passed by, and tomorrow comes the moment again. What do I do? Redditors' reactions. Next story after. Redditor 1. Oof. Wow, the misogyny is strong with this one. She is opinionated, headstrong and outspoken, and this bothers you? And you have the audacity to call it nagging when she speaks? All of your likes about her is what she can do for you and how she can fulfill a certain role. Do you even like your partner because you seem to have nothing but utter disdain for her? Let her go, she deserves so much better. Redditor 2, yo, your girlfriend is a noob stomper and you don't like that she's competitive? Lol. And you're a coomer obsessed with dopamine fix of e-girls, so you're saying she's petty over being upset. Women only nag if she has to baby you. Which NGL you're coming across that way? Bro, just leave her so she can find quality. Redditor follow up. Father, I am shocked this guy is 30. Had to do a double take because it sounds like a 17-year-old wrote it. Redditor 3, definitely end the relationship. This poor woman deserves better. Story 4. My 20M girlfriend 20F was cheating to me with her batchmate for a year. I and my girlfriend have been in a long-distance relationship for the last 5 years. She is my first love. Yes, we have had some little fights just like other couples, but within a day or two, we used to sort things out. Last year she got into a different college than me. There was this one guy who she became good friends with. After seeing a lot of their photos together, I became jealous of him, let's call him Alan, and asked my GF to maintain a distance from him. I don't like her being this close to that man. She said he was just a friend. When I joined my college, I developed an anxiety disorder and was not able to talk to people, so I just cut myself from everyone for about a month. We talked sometimes, but like once or twice a week. I told her about my problem, and she was quite understanding. In April, one day she calls me and says, I feel very guilty, you rarely talk to me and I was feeling very lonely. Alan is always here to help me, so I started to like Alan and we used to hold hands together and spend quite a lot of time together. I am sorry this was just a summer fling and won't happen again. Yesterday, I got to know from my school friend when I called him because he was our mutual friend after knowing that she's been cheating on me. He told me she talked about that incident with him and that she kissed Alan and was feeling guilty about it, so he told her to just confess it to me, but guess what, she completely changed her story while telling it to me. After getting to know that she started liking someone else, my condition just got worse and my trust shattered. I told her not to talk to that guy again and our mutual friend asked her to just block that guy from everywhere on social media too. But she didn't do it. I don't use Insta, so I didn't know what she did or did not. I asked her, can I check your DMs with Alan on Instagram? She refused and said, don't you trust me? After a few days we sorted this fight too. My doctor told me to talk more to the person I love, it will improve my condition. We started to call each other a lot and talk for hours. Suddenly around August she became way too busy with her projects and was not able to give time to me at all. I thought her college schedule is more hectic, so I'll compromise a little. Now her entire December was winter break. So I thought she'll be now available to talk to me. But she started learning new skills, brought some courses, and was as busy as she was in college. I asked her, if you didn't have even just 10 minutes in the past 3 days, she said, I am doing this for us. When I'll start earning, I'll come to visit you. I was becoming a little suspicious of how can you not take just 10 minutes from a day just to talk to me a little bit. I somehow got access to her email account, and at night I sent an Instagram login link to her email and logged into her account. The top message was from Alan. I didn't open it. Cox, she'll know I have access to her account. There was this other guy which she chatted with this Thursday. I scrolled a bit. She wrote, you know, my BF is also from your city, and I was confused. She continued, I proposed to him first and he rejected me, then I begged him a lot and now we are BFGF and his name is Alan. I got enraged and opened Alan's chat. When she was too busy to talk to me, she texted him for hours late at night till 3 a.m. They talked about their kisses and they sexted a lot. Take me to a 5-star hotel instead of an Oyo to have sex. These things were written. I was disgusted, heartbroken, that she's being cheating on me for a year. I was planning to propose to her when she will be visiting me. I quickly texted her and asked, do you love me? She said yes. I said, even after Alan came into her life. She said, are you mad? You are the only one I love. I sent all the screenshots of her essing. Her first response was, you talk to me very less. And I am now speechless. She said, I'm so sorry. This won't happen again. He didn't want any relationship with me. I efforced him. I am stupid. I started it but didn't know how to end it. After some messages she herself says that I didn't love him and we used to break up a lot, then I always went back to him and patch up again. I said, can you block him from everywhere and promise never to interact with him in person? She says, but he is helping me with my GSOC project. I said, are you for real? It's either him or me. Then she disabled her social accounts and requested Alan to block her on WhatsApp. Why couldn't she just block him forever? I said I was supposed to be your first kiss. She said I kissed him, just French kiss. Later she admitted just to know how it feels. There were no feelings involved. It was just like kissing a teddy bear. Upon asking about the hotel thing, she said nothing had happened BTW them, they'd only just kissed for a few times. Time would have never happened BTW. She says hotel, this was just a joke. She doesn't love him, that was only casual. But reading just a day of texts between them doesn't feel like she doesn't have any feelings for him. I asked how many times have you kissed him? She says 5. She says it was just kissing and essing, nothing else. I have ended everything with Alan. You are my one true love, just give me another chance and I'll sort everything. She accepts she did a huge mistake and it's all her fault. She says I just want to be with you, not someone like Alan who doesn't even want a serious relationship. She wanted to end it a long time ago but didn't know how. My brain says don't trust her again, but inside I just want to be with her. I don't want to blow this precious 5-year relationship. I am so confused right now. What should I do? Should I end things with her or give her another chance? Edit. I just asked her a question. When you felt guilty for the first time you kissed that guy and half confessed to me skipping the kiss part. I even forgave you for just asking to block that guy and not talk to him. Then why did you cheat on me again? This is her reply. She wrote a big paragraph, and I translated it into English. I thought blocking him would be too much, we'll just remain friends, but we started chatting daily more frequently, and he used to tell me a lot about himself. I got influenced by him, started thinking about our first kiss. Does he like me? He replied, no, I just wanted to experience how a kiss feels like. I started to forget about you and that you even exist. Because of your illness our contact became almost negligible. I got into existential crises. One day I asked him about his thoughts on serious relationship just for discussion. I didn't want a serious relationship with him. He laughed. Then I wanted to know what is on the other side of serious relationship. I didn't even notice when I became close to him. Hugs, kisses, essing became more frequent. Then you got better and came into my life again. But till then all the memories of the 4 years with you became a blur. I wasn't able to imagine you as a person. I wanted to end that relationship but also wanted to imagine you as my BF again. I used to cry all night regretting my actions. Then I thought I don't have enough career pressure on my life currently, and when I'll enter second year, our contact will be minimized, then I'll be able to think logically. I needed a push and support to stop this meaningless relationship from my friend who knew about Alan and me. I told him that the person I really love is someone else. But I was still hanging out with Alan a lot, so my friend gave up trying. I also thought till next year everything will be fine, let's leave things be as it is. Finally, I decided to end things with him and we broke up and I returned home for winter break. He was very toxic. I used to see myself in a boundary. For the past few days I felt that I deserved toxicity. I started messaging him again and he used to sham me. I wanted to run after him and he will disappoint me again, then I'll feel satisfied. I became a very toxic person. I know I've done so much wrong, and I don't deserve you. I am ready to take any punishment you give me. Please, I'll do anything, just don't leave me. There are both sides of the story. Redditors' reactions. Redditor 1, you're only 20, just cut your losses and move on from her. You've got a whole lifetime to find your person, and I promise that the right person won't be out cheating on you. I was with a cheating partner at 2002, now I'm almost 30 and I'm with my person. You got this. She's not going to stop. If it's not Alan, it'll be another guy. She's leading you on to be sure. She always has someone to fall back on when her affairs fall through. Redditor 2, cut your losses, lad. This relationship is toxic. The pain and anxiety of being in this mess will subside. Try and find professional help to assist you with your mental health issues and focus on you. You're 20, you don't need this crap in your life. Seek help and try get out there and enjoy college life. Redditor 3, as a 23-year-old man who's been through this all, brother, just leave her. She's obviously kissed him more times, she's obviously had time with him several times, and worst of all, she's continued to lie about it even after all the evidence was thrown in her face. She's having all her fun and not giving a single F to even make 10 minutes to talk to you. That's insane. You're only 20, brother. I spent almost 6 years with a female from ages 17-22 and I was continuously cheated on. And unfortunately did anything to make it work because she was my first love. At first you won't know how to put yourself out there because you've never really tried to get at anyone because of your long relationship at a young age. But the important thing is that you're young and the ages 18-25 are really about finding yourself and growing. My brain, ideals, and outlook on life has changed drastically between ages 18, 20, and now 23. And I know they will continue. Women aren't that hard either, brother, you just need to grow and work on yourself. Do not allow yourself to be walked on and disrespected. Please. Take it from a young man around your age who's wasted almost 6 years not being respected, treated like an option, and treated like a joke. Also from someone who's disregarded happiness for relationships. You only get one life, brother, don't waste your days if it isn't on enjoyment. Please don't waste this precious, precious opportunity.